Gotham, a crazy podcast about DC, with your hosts E-Rock and PD. When we speak up, get your geeks up, cause you know you about to get geeked up. So sit back, relax, and get comfy. Lose your mind like Solomon Grundy, and listen to a show that won't be forgotten, coming straight out of Gotham.
Everybody out in the DC universe. Welcome to episode 71 of Straight Outta Gotham. We are a fandom pop culture podcast and a proud member of the Batman Podcast Network, hosted by Batman on Film. Make sure you check out all the other great shows on the network by heading on over to batmanonfilm.com. There's a drop down, Raimi Review, the Batman Book Club, Italians for Spider-Man, this podcast, Straight Outta Gotham, and many, many, many more are up there for you to just nerd out about. I am your co-host from the other side of the Hudson River. I am a senior contributor to Batman on Film. I am Peter Arvera, and today we're recording on April 4th, 2022. It's a late night. This is an SOG After Dark.
It is our very first, but continue.
I hope you're ready. And as always, we have a great show for you today. But before we get into the good stuff, I'd like to remind you, all our faithful listeners, that if you take the time to rate and review the show on podcasts on the iTunes app, then you enter to win our monthly prize pack. We're going to draw it. We're going to draw it next week. So you'll hear the winner next week. We'll announce it. We'll let all that stuff simmer to the top, and we'll announce the prize for last month. So yeah, just to get those reviews in, and you got to be in it to win it. Now, let me introduce you to the man who won the 1974 Massapequa Marshmallow Mouth Stuffing Championship with a whopping total, a grand total of 88 marshmallows at one sitting. A fellow Batman on Film contributor. Ladies and gentlemen, the champion of Long Island, Eric Holzman.
So you realize that this one must have been in some kind of time machine situation.
Why is that? Because
I was born in 1976. So this had to be, But
so you went back in time before you were born to win this champion?
Well, that's when it started. So it's this thing you had to sign up right when it began, or else you can't sign up anymore. So
you signed up early.
Yeah, I had to go back in time to do this one, and thank God for
Did you have a DeLorean?
Thank God for Endgame, because that taught me
Endgame style, really.
That taught me how to do it, and I was able to go back and
now, why marshmallows? Why do you love marshmallows so much that you had to shove 88 in your mouth?
Because they're kind of easy to eat, and they kind of melt. They have a nice melty sensation that happens.
You like things melting in your mouth.
So, well, M&Ms, right? M&Ms melt in your mouth, not your hands. That's been their slogan forever. So,
like that type of candy.
Yeah. Who doesn't? Who doesn't like M&Ms?
No, marshmallows.
Oh, well, yeah, but okay.
You forgot
marshmallow. Are marshmallows candy?
Yeah, it's totally candy.
Are they?
Sugar.
I don't think they're candy.
That's candy. That's definitely candy.
I don't know what I would consider them.
Definitely candy. I wouldn't call marshmallows candy.
It's not in the candy aisle.
Where is it?
It's usually on the baking aisle.
But there's always chocolate and stuff. Yeah, but I can get it, but it's still candy.
I don't know about that. We're gonna have to look that up. I'm not sure. Not that it matters. It doesn't matter.
You don't think?
It's sweet goodness regardless.
Yeah,
so
stay puffed.
Yeah, the smaller ones are easier. The miniatures, they're easier to do.
Okay. All right. There you go.
So, yes, it is April 4th, guys. We are recording this at 12:34 a.m., so it just turned April 4th. So, on April 3rd, the Grammys were on, and I just really quickly, if anyone watched the Grammys, it was actually a pretty good show. I know, Pete, you were working, so you couldn't, but
anything crazy happened?
No, there was no slaps in this one. No one got slapped on stage. So
I meant anything.
But it was, I haven't watched the Grammys as much as this year as much as I did this year. I was just sitting around the house and it was on, so I just had it on. The performances were pretty good, I have to say. But I just felt really old at certain points because I had no idea who some of these people were. Like,
look at my life.
I mean, the rap performance, Baby Keem. Who the hell is that? I have no idea who he is.
I have no idea either.
He won. So
what was his song?
I don't know. It's one with Kendrick Lamar. I didn't even know the song. I know apparently he's Kendrick Lamar's cousin.
Okay. Well, interesting.
I don't know. But my favorite thing about the night was, I felt old because then Nas came on. And
really? That's awesome.
Yes, as a big hip hop fan as I am and a huge Nas fan, it was awesome to see him come on. He did a medley. He did One Mic, Made You Look.
That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah, he did a nice little medley of his songs, and it was really cool to see Nas on stage. For a guy who's in his 50s, and they kept showing pictures of him when he was younger, he really has aged well. And so has Lenny Kravitz, man. He performed with her on the show too. Mm-hmm. And man, that guy has not changed in 25 years. What did he
perform?
Huh?
What songs did he perform?
Well, they did, her and him. That's funny. Her and Lenny Kravitz did Are You Gonna Go My Way?
Okay, cool.
So that was cool to hear that. I mean, she's so talented. It was fantastic. But it was a really cool show. I just wanted to put that out there because it's fresh in my mind. I just watched.
I saw Lady Gaga's gown and it looked pretty good. I was like, wow.
Yeah,
I love Gaga. I'm a big guy. I'm sorry, Nico. Sorry, I do love Gaga.
She was great. She did her 2 of the songs that she recorded with Tony Bennett. Obviously, Tony Bennett has Parkinson's and Alzheimer's, and he's he couldn't come perform. He did introduce her. It was a little bit of a moment for me. My dad was a big Tony Bennett fan, so anytime anyone performs any kind of music that my dad liked, I tear up, and I was crying a little bit. It was kind of a moment for me, but very good show compared to what we got last week at the Academy Awards. This show was much better done and much just really, really fun to watch. So just want to throw that out there really quickly as we start the show today. So yeah, well, let's just jump into stuff. We have a nice slate of topics to discuss with you guys, and we're going to start right off the bat with probably the biggest story that came out in the last week, and that's, of course, Ezra Miller getting arrested in Hawaii, which is another thing about this guy. He's been awkward. He's had all these weird run-ups. Remember that thing with that girl where he apparently choked her or slapped her, and she seemed to be laughing, and we all thought, it was just this playful thing. Nothing ever happened from that. And then we get this story now, where he was arrested for harassing people at a bar, first of all, while they're doing karaoke and kind of being belligerent towards them. Then he broke into some people's house and
I don't know if it was a house. I think it was like wherever they were staying. I think they were vacationing.
Yeah, it says their bedroom, and then he threatened them. And
yeah.
So now he had a temporary restraining order filed against him. Dude, this guy has Fantastic Beasts: Secrets of Dumbledore coming out this coming week. Then obviously, for what we're mostly concerned about is The Flash. Now we know it's not coming out till next June. So first off the bat, this is not anything new with this guy. Do you think he has the substance abuse thing? Do you think?
I have no idea what he has or what's going on, but he definitely needs to just get it under control. However, he needs to do that, and whatever the Ezra Miller team thinks is the best way, that's what's got to be done, because he's kind of fallen off the deep end a few times here, and it's kind of it's a little like, whoa, dude, slow down.
Yeah, I mean, obviously,
I don't know though. Like, honestly, like, is Ezra Miller like popular enough? Honestly, like, I'm gonna say no to, like, just everyone's like, oh god, Ezra. Like, is he that popular? Honestly, like, he's been in Justice League twice. Neither of them was a big hit. But as good as the second one is, as good as the first Justice League is, like, it's like. Is Fantastic Beasts like that? I know it's Harry Potter stuff. I don't pay attention to that. So, like, has that taken off? Is that like gigantically huge?
Well, no, the first two movies, Fantastic Beasts, have been kind of disappointing.
Okay, so like still, he's another bunch of movies where he doesn't have like this raging fan base. It's not like this Johnny Depp stuff.
No, I mean, he's not that level of a star.
That's what I'm saying.
It's not a big I mean, it's
I
not a big.
I don't think it'll affect the movie with the GA. I just think it's something for families to talk about and probably Ezra to worry about. Like, does he have? He could easily be recast, right? Like, let's be honest. Like, it's just that's Hollywood, right? Like, he can be recast if he's like heading for Warner Brothers, right?
I think he could be recast in the future. I don't think now. I think this movie is
No,
done.
not now. But
Yeah.
like after, like if we get like Flash 2 and
Yeah.
Ezra Miller's recast, Ezra Miller loses his job to some other actor and they recast Flash. Okay, they'll be
Right.
like, I don't know, explain it in the first 10 minutes. We're like, oh, again, Barry did this. He changed the timeline and now he looks different. Like, there you go, fine. It's so flashy, it's believable and like whatever. Like, okay, like sorry you screwed up and like I don't know, you just can't be doing that stuff, man. Like,
Right.
that's.
It's a pattern of behavior with him, right? Like it's something that seems to keep happening with him. I mean, luckily for the film side of it, they have a year now where they can get him right, get him better, whatever they have to do. But I'm sure, like I said to you guys in our chat group, that I'm sure they had a come to Jesus meeting with him at Warner Brothers where they were like, all right, dude, listen, you have all these events. You need to get yourself together because, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The
Especially
Flash.
Is he the star of Fantastic Beasts?
No. Jude Law is the star. He plays the younger Dumbledore in the Fantastic Beasts. And Eddie Redmayne is a big character in it as well, even though his star's kind of fallen in the past few years. So,
but he is the star of the Flash. Like
exactly.
So, yeah. Exactly. No, I get what you're saying. Yeah. But, at the same time, we'll see what happens, but I don't think this is going to. I honestly don't think this is going to affect the movie either way. Either of them.
Yeah, I don't think it'll affect Fantastic Beasts too much because, like you said, he's not the lead of that one. The Flash, it could.
I think by the time Flash comes out,
right,
there's enough time's passed, so maybe they lucked out here with this horrible WB delay, right? Like, remember that one? Like, oh, maybe it's like, oh, thank God it got delayed because now Ezra's.
No, Pete, they knew he was going to get arrested. That's why they pushed it back.
I mean, I hope to God nobody said that. Hope to God nobody said that. But it's hey, look, we'll see what happens. I'm still looking forward to the Flash.
Of course,
I whatever this Fantastic Beasts movie is, I could care less. But for those of you who are going to go see it, I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope Ezra kicks ass. But yeah, he's definitely got to get under control here.
Right. So that's really the main thing I think for me is, dude, get your life together. He's a talented actor. He has a lot in front of him. If he would just, get his, as we say, get his shit together. That's probably the best way to put it. Just realize this. You have a moment now. Like, you're not too far off. You haven't done anything so terrible that people, that's really bad to yourself or to anybody. So use this opportunity now to as a wake up call and just get your stuff together. That's it.
Yeah, hopefully he'll be fine.
So we have a bunch of casting news. Let's just run through this because it's all DC related.
Eric's casting couch.
So yeah, we should create a. We're going to create a drop for casting. We're going to have to do a drop because we do a lot of casting stuff on the show.
Well, I guess so.
So let's get some kind of theme to put into the show for casting. We'll talk. We're producing on air, guys. So let's do this. So first, everyone loves Sharon Stone, right? Who doesn't love Sharon Stone? So she's in early talks to play villain Victoria Court in DC's Blue Beetle.
Oh yeah, okay.
Right. So as we know, there's a Blue Beetle coming out. Zolo Maraduena is playing it. The guy who from Cobra Kai, he's playing Jaime Reyes. So this is another casting. Obviously a famous Academy Award-winning actress. So pretty cool. They keep filling this thing out with more and more people. We knew that George Lopez got added to the shows. So another guy, movie. So another famous guy that people know. So now we have Sharon Stone, which is pretty cool. To a project like this, I think it's going to need names to draw more people. So what do you think, Pete?
I mean, I think Sharon Stone is a name that draws people, and I guess, and what's his name? George Lopez,
right?
Like, I think he's a big name too. There's definitely some names in here. It gives you some kind of like early vibes of and who else did they just cast? Wasn't he just voicing like Gomez Adams? Oh, what was his name?
Hold on.
What was that
for Blue Beetle?
Yeah. Oh man, I forgot his name.
I don't know.
But you can get like early vibes of like, oh, 78. They surround the actor playing Jaime around a bunch of guys. He
Right.
begins as like that. Man of Steel's like that. To an extent, I guess you could say Spider-Man ones are like that too. But yeah, no, I'm excited. I mean, like, okay, cool. Like this, and she's playing Victoria Cord.
Yes.
So it's like, how does that tie into Ted Cord? Like, how does this entire tie into the original Blue Beetle? So it's like, okay, well, where is he? So he's out there somewhere. Maybe he's missing. Maybe that's why she's investigating, because it's like, who's this new Blue Beetle? What's going on? I thought she took care of the last one. Like, it could be crazy. Or maybe she's looking for Blue Beetle. Like, I have no idea. It could be a bunch of different things. But it says she's the villain, so.
Right, and it says that it does say she's a new character created for the movie.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see.
I'm just curious to see what her ties are to Blue Beetle.
Yeah. So this is pretty cool news. Again, every time we hear more, like we said this in the past, every time we hear more people being cast in things, we feel good about it actually happening. So, so this is another good step for Blue Beetle. And on the smaller screen, I guess a little bit of the smaller screen, you and I are both fans of DC's Stargirl. Mm-hmm. And we know in season 2, Jade, right? Green Lantern's daughter, Jade.
Yes, Jade.
Was added to the cast. Well, apparently they're also adding her brother, Todd Rice, who plays Obsidian.
Yeah, I can never pronounce that, so good for you, Aaron.
And he's also the son of Alan Scott, so he has also been added to the show. Yeah. And Tim Gabriel will be playing him. So another big bit of casting news for a show that has grown. It really has. It's a very good show. If people aren't watching it, you should definitely check it out.
Are you caught up? Are you up to date with
Not
Stargirl?
Completely. I'm a little bit behind the season 2, but
okay. I love it. I've been telling you guys about it for years. I'm glad you guys listened to me and watched that. I mean, I wish you guys would listen to me and watch Batwoman, but you guys listen to me and watch Stargirl, and I love Stargirl. I thought it was really great. I thought that what they did with Jade was really cool. Even Donnie over at Emerald Enthusiast loved what he saw from there, so that's exciting. And it was just cool because they've been teasing Green Lantern for a while. They've been teasing Flash for a while too, so it was cool. John Wesley Shipp and all that jazz. So, like, that stuff's great. And it's, you've been kind of waiting, and it's like, oh man, what are they doing? Like, I guess they're saving Green Lantern for last, so we'll see. He's got both his kids there, so I imagine Alan Scott can't be far behind, maybe a season behind, maybe next season after this, you know what I'm saying? Like, but really pumped, really excited. Just when Obsidian comes back, it's usually kind of emotional. Things are kind of heavy with the hearts and stuff, so it'll be interesting to see how they play this out. We'll see what this means for Jade. Hopefully Jade will become more of a mainstay. Hopefully she'll be around a lot more. She'll have more appearances. That's something I can kind of hope for. I thought the young actress who played Jade was great. Just really excited. Can't wait. It's cool because it's one of the better shows. It's definitely production value. It's up there with Superman and Lois. Like,
I agree.
You can see the HBO in there.
Yeah, I definitely agree about the show overall. I do know that this character Obsidian also has turned bad in the comics, right? So
it's like things get heavy. Yeah, he's a big deal. He's a big deal. He just is. He's a huge character in terms of like just that family dynamic and what they bring to DC lore. Like, Alan Scott's family is very.
Yeah. So we'll see. This is actually yeah. No, this is a very, very, very cool development. And again, that means we're getting more Stargirl anyway. So
yeah, which is the best part.
Exactly. So I'm looking forward to this. I'm looking forward to see how it plays out. I do know, and the part of the season 2 that I am, and I know that they've mentioned Todd a few times during the season. So this is just kind of confirming that he's out there and he's actually going to be on the show. So that's pretty damn cool.
Grundy's on the show.
Well, yeah, Grundy was on the show in the first season.
Yeah, Grundy's a big part of Stargirl, which is great to see because we love Grundy around here.
We do. He's in the song, and we alert him when he gets loose. So.
Well, we alert everyone else.
Yes, alert everyone else.
Grundy is loose,
so we let everyone know when he's out. So, and we kind of catch him. We're kind of responsible for catching him when he gets out. So, just putting that out there as well. All right, so sticking in the CW, we know we've been talking about it in the last few weeks. Gotham Knights, of course, is a show that is coming up. It's also from the writers of Pete's favorite show, Batwoman.
Yeah, buddy.
So they have added a new cast member, or a new person who was playing a cast member. Apparently, I didn't know that they had already cast her, but apparently the actress stepped out who was supposed to play Stephanie Brown. I'm talking about, and Anna Lore will be playing her going forward.
Did they already cast her?
Yeah, apparently.
This is a recast?
It says Laura is set to be joining the cast of Gotham Knights in a role that will see her as the leading character, Stephanie Brown. The actress nabbed the part as a replacement for a different performer who, for whatever reason, wasn't able to carry through. So They
never announced it, though.
No, it was never announced.
Interesting. Okay. Well, I'm still excited to see Stephanie Brown. I'm pumped for this. Like, I love Stephanie. She's one of my favorite sidekicks all time. Like, she just is. Spoiler, Robin, Batgirl, part of Batgirl's Part 2, 2.0, whatever you want to call her and Kane. I think it's great. This show really sounds interesting because it's far enough in like Elseworlds territory where like Bruce Wayne has this adopted son who's adopted son who is not necessarily a Robin, and so like it's very interesting stuff. So I was like, okay, what's going on here? So like I have a lot of like I said, just interested.
Yeah, this is this show does seem to be coming together in a pretty cool way. Like we keep talking about it, so we're getting this and we're getting a video game, so it's going to be cool to have this. They're
so different though. Like they couldn't be more different. They have the same name, but they couldn't be more different.
Right. I just mean to have this property in our minds. We're getting a lot of it right at within the next year and a year and a half. We'll be getting a lot of this Gotham Knights property. So it'll be in two different forms, like you said. You'll have the game and you'll have this where it'll be different. So it's going to be fun. Apparently, she was also on Doom Patrol.
Yeah, I don't remember this girl on Doom Patrol, but I don't know.
Yeah, I didn't either. I think, God,
what season was it?
Well, it's funny in the article. This is the Collider article. They show a picture of her playing the part on Doom Patrol, and I remember the picture, but I can't remember the name. I swear she's one of Jane's crazy hallucination people. Yeah. So. She's also from the show All American. I've never watched that show, but so we have a Stephanie Brown now. Again, we thought we had one and we didn't even know she was cast.
There we go.
And now we have one officially. So that's another bit of casting news from the CW moving forward.
Oh, I remember her.
Right?
Yes, I remember that episode. Jane sitting in the field. They're talking.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, I remember her. Yeah, she was good in that. Okay. Yeah, I'm down. That's great. I'm even more confident now.
Yeah, so she's familiar with DC, which is good. It's always nice to have actresses.
Oh, she's an actor. She'll be fine.
Yeah, that's true.
She'll be fine. She's an actor.
So, all right. So let's move from the small screen to the big screen now. And of course, we know that one of the movies that I think both of us are really looking forward to is the sequel to Shazam, Fury of the Gods.
Yeah.
As we know, it's been moved from next summer to the end of this year. It's actually the December spot now for DC. It's a December film. And director David Sandberg was talking about the movie and certain things about it. And someone asked would he want to do another superhero, kind of like Superman? So Sandberg's response was this. At one point, I would have said Superman, but when there are so many different expectations and hardcore fans, you're going to piss off so many people no matter what you do. Seeing how people react to things like The Last Jedi makes me want to stay away from things like that. Shazam was perfect that there hadn't been that many adaptations before. There are still people who think it was done wrong, but it was on a manageable level. So this was a weird answer for me because I often think that if any director had a chance to do Superman, they would jump at the chance. Right? Like Superman is one of those properties that for sure is going to draw at least some people, that. But it's interesting now that these directors really care about how these superhero films come out. So Pete, when you read that, what did you think? What was your reaction to the Sandberg saying he would have done it, but now he doesn't want to because of fan backlash?
He knows what it's like to deal with zaddies. That's exactly what this means. He goes, I know what zaddies do on Twitter and I don't want any part of it.
Yeah. It's true. I mean,
that's kind of how I read it.
Well, it's weird for me. He brought up The Last Jedi, which, as you know too, was a very polarizing film for Star Wars fans, and Star Wars fandom is just
That's what I've heard.
20 times worse.
Okay.
So, yeah. So it was,
but I get it. Shazam's small. Like, let's be honest. Yeah. It'd be like, I don't know. His next movie would be like Plastic Man. It'd be somebody like that. You know. I don't even think it would be Green Lantern. It'd be like smaller scale.
Plastic Man would be cool. Anyway, sorry.
Yeah, I mean, it would be cool. I agree.
Yeah, I'd be thinking that Plastic Man would be cool. Pretty cool thing.
But I'm just saying, like, that's why she said, like, Shazam worked because he's for lack of a better term, he's kind of an unknown.
Yes, I mean,
right? Like, he had that TV show back in the day, but like, how long ago was that?
I was a kid. I remember watching it as a kid. I don't even know if it was made when I was a kid, but
like, he's popular enough to the point where, like, oh, okay, cool. Like, it's like, it definitely resonates with people for a reason, right? Like, it's not as big as it's not as big as, like, say, Batman is, right? Or even,
well, of course not.
But he resonates with enough people to the point where, like, Captain Marvel Shazam is like he can move.
Right. That word,
merch and stuff.
The word, Shazam. Obviously, Shazam is what he says to turn into Captain Marvel. That word, even as a kid, and this wasn't a huge thing. I remember that being the word, and I always thought that was the name of the character. I didn't know.
Interesting.
It was Captain Marvel until I got a little older.
But that's like, I would imagine Sandberg would probably want to do, if he wants to, a character small like that. But like, it makes sense. Like, look what these guys go through when even there are people on Twitter right now making up these crazy things about the Batman's a flop and all. Like, dude, would it have made this much money if it was a solo Batfleck movie? I'm like, are these guys really serious right now?
Someone also tried to make a comparison from Morbius to the Suicide Squad.
I'm like, these guys on Twitter are crazy,
like,
man.
What are you doing? Like, come on, man.
So I don't know. So yeah, I get why he doesn't want to deal with it. Like, I don't want to deal with these crazy zaddies coming at me. And
it's funny. He specifically mentions also in this article Justice League, which I laughed because he said it'd be too big for him and there's too much expectations for it. But I think after what just happened with Justice League, that was funny that he brought that out. That doing that kind of a film.
I think it's just him being real. He's like, yo, that's way more ambitious than I ever really want to be.
I agree. I
think that's good on him for knowing his limits. Like, hey, look, I ain't trying to get involved in all that.
I agree. I don't know if Superman, even though I guess,
but I think he would make I think he's a great director. Like, I like his Annabelle movies. I love Shazam.
Right.
I love Lights Out. Like, he hasn't made a movie I don't like or necessarily love. So, like, I'm down for more David F. Sandberg, regardless of what it is.
Oh, I agree. I totally agree with that. With him as a director, like, I totally down if he did want to tackle a Superman film, I would have been for it.
If he wanted to do Batman, I'd let him do it. To be honest. I mean, not now, but like, if it was like, hey, look, our franchise is struggling, we got David F. Sandberg to direct Batman, I'd be like, oh, dude, that's going to be good.
Yeah. Yeah, so it was just interesting. I hope other directors. I hope there will be a director that will take a shot at directing a Superman film. Obviously, we're getting one with
it'll happen. Jordan's. It's gonna happen. Like,
yeah,
faith, Alfred, faith.
So, there's a line for Justice League. Or was it Hope?
No, it's faith.
It was faith, right? I thought they said. All right,
Hope is like a river.
So, staying on the big screen, we got word that Batgirl has wrapped filming.
Yes.
So that is cool. Obviously, we know it won't be coming until after next summer now because the Flash would move there. So
that's fine. I'm down for that. I'm patient. I got time.
Right. So Leslie Grace posted a photo on Instagram where it was her in the Batgirl costume, which I thought was cool for the wrap. So it's pretty cool, right? Like, it's something that we're waiting for as well.
Aren't you pumped? That's more. That's more Keaton Batman, right? Like, come on. If that movie's wrapped, it means Keaton's done his stuff, right?
Exactly. That's what it should mean.
Yeah, so that means all that really got leaked were those couple of images of a stuntman.
I
All
know.
right, cool. That's good. That's good. I think that's real good.
Yes. So
we'll see what happens, and we know that this will come out after the Flash.
And we're officially in post.
So that's great. I mean, the original plan, I believe, was like 1 month after. So I think you could say 1 month after the Flash hits theaters, Batgirl will be on HBO Max.
Right. I'm starting to wonder if that had anything to do with them pushing back the dates. So every time something happens, I'm like, okay, I wonder if that's part of.
Well, it seems like this is what HBO Max is going to become, which is like we have a hit movie, we're going to try to get a hit TV show going at the same time.
Right.
So I think we'll see Oswald.
Yeah.
Oswald will probably be the exception because it's not going to happen right now.
The Arkham show.
Yeah. But it seems like, it is going to do that. They're going to do, that's also been a while. But they're making TV shows off their movie stuff. Well, TV shows, I guess streaming shows.
Yeah.
I don't know what to call it now. You play it on the TV, it's a TV show. So we'll see.
Yeah, so it's that's good news. There also is a little bit of a tidbit here connected to the Batman. Now, of course, we've talked extensively about the Batman, so we're not going to talk much more about it, but
why not? Why do you not want to talk about the Batman, Eric?
We are a little bit here. I said much
you
more.
Better. We better. I'll talk about the Batman all the time. I love the Batman.
So, are you a fan of Scott Snyder's Batman work?
Yeah, I like Scott Snyder's Batman.
All right. Well, someone had asked him what villains he would like to see in a sequel to the Batman. And the first one, he says, he says he hoped they would use a villain they haven't used yet. And Clayface was the first villain he thought of. So, Pete, we've had Clayface on TV. So what do you think about Clayface as a villain?
Did Scott Snyder write a Clayface story? I'm looking at my wall. Henry Corvallis, he was big on Joker. He did some Riddler stuff. I don't know. I don't remember. I have to go digging deep. I know Clayface appeared in like these other New 52 books. I mean, yeah, sure, that would be cool. I don't know if Matt Reeves is ready to do Clayface. I don't think that's. I just for some reason just didn't. Between seeing the Joker, the Riddler, and Cat, I didn't think Clayface. Were you thinking Clayface?
No, I just because of the type of character he is. I don't know if it would work in this universe.
I mean, what's a character that they haven't used that you would want to see? I know Ryan Lauer would say Egghead. I
said Hugo Strange.
Okay.
I think that, but I'm wondering if we're going to get him in that Arkham show.
Mm-hmm.
So
I always wanted to see, like, I don't know if I brought this up before though, like a Mad Hatter movie, kind of like Taken.
That would work.
But I don't know if that's as dark as they want to go.
That would work. The other one that Snyder mentioned, which shouldn't be no surprise, was Court of Owls.
That'd be interesting. I know Garrett would love that.
Yeah, well, I think that would be awesome too. That would be a very, very cool...
Are you a big Court of Owls fan?
I am. It's a very, very cool arc. I like the story. So I also think, like I said, I automatically put my brain in, okay, we have this Batman universe now, and we know what it's like. So what would work in that world?
It would be interesting to see a Court of Owls. That would be very detective-y for Matt Reeves.
Right. And, I mean, we got it on that other show that you don't like to talk about. But, and it wasn't done so great there, so.
What show?
The other show,
Oh, God.
The show that should not be named. It's become like Our Voldemort. It's the show.
Our Voldemort. You love that show.
I don't love it.
You enjoyed it. You enjoyed it.
No, I didn't enjoy it.
You did.
There are parts of it I liked, but
you enjoyed it. You had a fun time. You're happy you did it.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you are. You loved it.
Not really.
You loved that, and you loved every minute of it. You're a Gothamite.
And I love what?
You loved every minute of it.
No, I did not.
You're a Gothamite. That's what you are. You're a Gothamite.
That is certainly not true.
Yes, it is. Like I'm a Shumi. You're a Gothamite. Rick's a Nolanite.
You're a Shumi?
I'm a Shumi.
Nice.
That's what you call diehard Schumacher fans. Shumis.
Ah. Okay.
We're shoemies.
Well, you know who's not a shoemie?
Who?
Manscaped.
Okay.
All right. So, guys, I gotta put a question out to you guys. Have you started your spring cleaning yet? The carpets need cleaning, the drapes need dusting, and your lawn needs mowing. Spring has sprung, and the global leaders in below-the-waist grooming have the best tools for cleaning aisle 5 in your pants. Time to clear out your winter bush and join the other 4 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped by going to manscaped.com for 20% off and free shipping with our code GOTHAM. So, of course, they have the full package for the spring cleaning this year. They have the Performance Package 4.0, which Pete and I have talked about. You get the Lawnmower 4.0. You
just
get
break out the old crop preserver here.
Yes, you get the Crop Preserver, the Crop Reviver, which of course is the deodorant and toner for your jewels.
I'm just gonna put that on right now. Don't mind me.
All of that to look forward to. We have been using it now for a while, but there's a very important thing about this month as well. The start of spring also marks the start of Testicular Cancer Awareness Month in April. Manscaped has partnered with the Testicular Cancer Society to bring awareness to testicular cancer, men's health, and early cancer detection. Manscaped is committed to raising awareness for the most common form of cancer in men aged 15 to 35 and giving support for fighters, survivors, and families impacted by testicular cancer as part of the We Save Balls initiative. So guys, also if you go there now, use our code, you can buy a t-shirt from Manscaped that says We Save Balls. And as one of the cancers that affect only men, obviously testicular cancer and prostate cancer, this is something we can support and just make people more aware about how testicular cancer impacts all of us. So now that I've brought the mood down talking about cancer, don't forget
noble cause.
What?
Noble cause.
Of course, it's a noble cause. And like I said, it's not one... this whole topic is not stuff guys talk about. So I like that we have Manscaped as a partner so we can kind of bring this to other guys out there who listen to us.
Yeah.
So guys, don't forget to get 20% off and free shipping with the code Gotham at manscaped.com. That's 20% off and free shipping with the code Gotham at manscaped.com. It's time to throw out your old hygiene habits and upgrade your life. So moving right along, we know, well, at least this is a little bit of Eric stuff we're going to get into right now. So,
Eric stuff.
So, of course, we know that Obi-Wan is coming out in May. And when I saw this little blurb at first, I was like, oh no, they said, all I saw was Obi-Wan gets pushed back. I was like, oh crap, how long are they going to do it for? But it was only 2 days. They pushed it back with a 2-episode launch instead of doing a 1-episode launch. It was originally set for May 25th. It will now be coming out on May 27th, which is the Friday before Memorial Day weekend. So also, there was a little bit of a story about Hayden Christensen putting back on the Darth Vader suit.
He's back, baby.
Yes. Now,
he's back, baby.
I have been outspoken about my dislike for him in this role. So I don't.
Come on, me and Rick Shue are all about Christensen's Vader, bro.
Well, I mean, when he's in the costume, it's fine. He's only in it for a few seconds in Revenge of the Sith, so I didn't get to see him. So I guess if he's in the costume, I don't have to see his facial expressions. I'm good with that. I don't know.
Rick Shue.
Oh, Jesus. They were talking about it in Entertainment Weekly. They did a little blurb on, of course, the Obi-Wan show, and they talked to him about it. And he said, well, without getting into too much detail, it was amazing. It was a great honor to put that suit on. He continued by saying, it was mostly a lot of excitement because I have spent enough time with this character, and I felt like I knew him. And coming back to it, it felt very natural in a lot of ways. And I was really just excited to come in and play Darth Vader at this point in the timeline because it did feel like a natural continuation of your journey with the character. And that was very meaningful for me. So I will say Hayden Christensen's really the only embodiment of Darth Vader that we know what he looked like before he wore the suit, right? Like in the original trilogy, you only see Darth Vader in the suit until the end, and then he's just this charred version with white skin and messed up, disfigured head. So, in that regard, he's the embodiment of the picture that we all have, and it's kind of cool that he's getting this opportunity again. Because if I were Hayden Christensen, I would also, this would be like great for me. This would be an awesome thing for me. So I understand it from his standpoint, and it does raise a little bit of level of excitement for the show more for me, just hearing more stuff talk about it. But I honestly do not. It really does not mean a thing to me that he's back.
It doesn't. Nothing. No. I thought you'd be all about this.
No,
you Star Wars fans are so interesting.
We are.
Who do you think? What's his name? Who would win in a fight, Uxas or Hayden Christensen's Darth Vader?
Wait, Hayden Christensen's Darth Vader or just Darth Vader? Period.
Hayden Christensen's Darth Vader.
I can't answer that. I haven't seen him yet.
Uxas.
I don't know.
Uxas.
There's that famous Batman versus Darth Vader video. Have you ever seen that?
I have. Unfortunately, Batman doesn't win.
Oh, it's hard to beat some guy with the Force.
Well, he has beaten Uxas, so that's usually as bad as it gets.
Alrighty.
Uxas.
So, Pete, are you going to watch Obi-Wan?
Probably not. I haven't even watched, what's his name? The Mandalorian.
You didn't? I thought you have.
I have to watch it. It's the only Star Wars show. Right? That's the only Star Wars. It's the only Star Wars show they made.
Well, Book of Boba Fett.
Oh yeah, okay. Well, I just kind of lump them all in because they all wear funny helmets.
Mandalorian's worth it.
I have to watch all of them. I know Star Wars fandom is everyone's all up in arms about Boba Fett. Meanwhile, I'm sitting there like, "Hi, suckers! I'm watching Batwoman. Yeah, watching a show I like versus you guys complaining about.
Okay,
I don't know, future scooters."
Yeah, that was one of the bad things.
Exactly. I was like, what are you guys talking about? I'm like, I'm watching Batwoman kick ass, fighting Poison Ivy, have fun with your floating scooters. If I wanted that stuff, I'd watch Back to the Future. Give me a skateboard, bro.
No, not the same. This was like scooters with Voltron colors, and it just wasn't a good
I don't
fit.
know what that is. If I want to see little green little monster things, I'm watching Gremlins, bro.
No, green little monster. What? I'm confused.
No sock puppets here, Rick Show.
When did you become this bro guy?
Okay, bro.
Oh, we're going off the rails a little. You can definitely tell this is a late show, guys.
I hope to God Rick listens to this episode. He better listen to this podcast.
All right, so
what is that?
All right, so let's get into a little bit of some Steven Spielberg news. What do you say? What do you say about that?
Does this actually count as news?
It does count as news.
I guess because it got reported, but is it really news?
Yes. Because this was announced back in 2018 and we haven't heard anything about it.
So was Cyborg?
Yeah, but hold on a minute.
All right.
You're forgetting that who is doing this movie.
Remind me.
I mean, Steven Spielberg is attached to something. They're going to keep it alive as long as possible to make sure it happens. If he still
wants to do it, I'm all for it.
Well, the good news is it's going to happen.
Okay, really?
It's still in the works, and the fear it's going to cost about $200 million. But
I wonder why it's going to be so much money because it's a flying movie.
Well, it's DC. Do you know Blackhawk? I don't know Blackhawk.
I don't know much about Blackhawk. No, I don't. Right.
So, yeah, apparently this was I'm sorry, I'm forgetting the person's name they spoke to about this, and it's very bad.
David Knopp or something like that. Right?
Yes, that's who it was. David.
I don't know how to say his name. Nep.
David Cup, maybe, or Kep.
I don't know.
He's writing the script. He's been a guy who's written with Spielberg before. They've been frequent collaborators, and he says we have a script that's very good, and we all think it's very good. There were a lot of management changes at Warner Brothers, so I think we've just kind of been waiting for that to settle down and for them to decide what they want to do with their DC universe. Obviously, I hope he does it, or if he doesn't direct it, I hope he produces it and someone great directs it, because it would be a great deal of fun. I'm very fond of the script and I hope it comes together. But again, that's one of the movies that's going to need $200 million or so. Trying to get those whales off the beach is a big process, which I thought was a very
Very interesting phrase.
What? Right? Like,
very interesting phrase.
Are getting whales off the beach a common thing that's a problem?
I mean, I live on the shore. I don't live on the shore.
Yeah, I live on an island, and
I live in a state that has a shore.
Yeah, I don't. But so
regardless.
Yeah, so it sounds like it's still in development, and they want it to happen.
Yeah, I mean, sure, like, bring it on. But we'll see what happens.
I mean, he's got a lot of things going on right now.
Yeah,
this movie called busy. The Fabelmans.
He's Spielberg, like, so I guess it's just kind of like he picked something out. They said, "Yeah, we'll make it when you're ready," and he's like, "Cool, I'll let you know." And that's that, as far as I know, as far as I can guess.
Yeah, he also wants to resurrect Frank Bullitt, which was the big Steve McQueen character from 1968.
Interesting.
So he has a lot of things going on. But
how old is Spielberg? He's still going. He's going
in his late 70s, if not early 80s.
Still going, huh? Like, well, that California sun's good for you.
So
Justin's going to live forever.
I don't know about that, but you know what? I don't know this property that well. It's a World War II story, and I love those kinds of stories usually. So
you're a big what's it called, period piece guy?
I do like period pieces. I will say I am a fan of those. So, and it's Spielberg. I usually give his movies a shot, no matter what. So, yeah, I hope it does happen. But man, $200 million—that's a lot of money.
It's Spielberg, though. He's kind of earned it, right?
Oh, he's earned the right to do whatever the hell he wants. He's one of those directors.
You take that shot. You take that shot. Like, okay, Spielberg wants $200 million.
He's definitely one of those guys. So, all right. Now, keeping in the Spielberg world, kind of, as we know, famously, Steven Spielberg was executive produced the Transformers movies that Michael Bay directed, and to varying levels of success. Financially, most of them were very successful. Critically, not so much. So Michael Bay apparently was told by Steven Spielberg that he needs to stop making them. And I can tell you, many Transformers fans.
Star Wars.
I know, sorry.
Star Wars.
Many Transformers fans are very happy that he told them. Now, this is what he said. He goes, I made too many of them. Steven Spielberg said, just stop at 3. And I said I'd stop. The studio begged me to a 4th. And then that made $1.2 billion. And then I said, I'm going to stop here. And they begged me again. And he's like, I should have stopped, but they were fun to do. Now, the one thing I love about Michael Bay, I'll say this, is he knows who he is. And he makes movies like that. Right?
Yep.
Like, he doesn't go out of his vein.
No, he doesn't.
He stays in that world, and he plays in the playground that he built for himself, which is great. I wish there were more directors who were like that.
Oh, yeah.
And apparently his new movie, Ambulance, which we have talked about because we talked about the trailer.
I have to see that.
Yes. But apparently it's also very, it's doing very well. It got a lot of critical acclaim, and it's one of his highest critical right now, at least. Critically,
good old films. Michael Bay's back. Give me Michael Bay's Superman movie.
So
let's do it.
Wow,
Garrett talked me into it. Michael Bay's Superman.
Yeah, man, that is not a bad idea.
That'd be great.
I mean, that's what he does. He does those big, bombastic type films, and Superman could definitely be that kind of a movie.
I love the first Transformers movie. I don't hate
do
the second Transformers movie. I really enjoy the third one. I never saw the fifth one. I saw the fourth one once in theaters, never again. So but for the first and the third one, I really, really love those two movies. So, but I also think it's cool that Michael Bay was like, I did them because they were fun. He's like, right. Say what you want. Like, okay, the movie wasn't what you wanted. It didn't meet expectations. They all made a ton of money. And he said he enjoyed doing it. So it's like, how could you kind of take it away from him if he keeps making you money?
You're right.
Right? Like, he's just like, he was more than willing to just keep making Transformers movies. And, I've said about the DC universe multiple times, like, I kind of wish it was like the Transformers movies where after one movie comes out and it's like critically and the fans hate it. And they're like, okay, well, here's the third one. Like, that's how I think it was Paramount responded. They're like, all right, here's another one. And it's like, here's another one. And okay, we're all the way to 5. Right. I'm like, I wish Warner Brothers would just keep, they have, but it takes them a little bit longer.
Well, that's the crazy thing. Like, after I like the first one, the second one is, I enjoy it, but I understand why people don't. The third one is actually pretty good, but I thought the two with Mark Wahlberg were terrible. And that first one with him made $1 billion.
Yeah.
Like,
so
why would you? Of course they want more. And even the last one, which was the worst by far.
I haven't seen it. It's so bad, apparently.
But it still made $605 million. I mean, do you know how much money that is? Like, just think about, I don't know. To me, that's crazy.
I don't know how much money it takes to make a Transformers movie. I'm sure it's crazy expensive.
I don't know. And again, I totally understand.
I love Michael Bay. He's a great director. I think Michael Bay is amazing.
I will say this. He is a guy's director. Like, the movies he makes are really specifically made for guys. Just the style of way he shoots things and the women in them, and I'm just saying he definitely.
I got no problem saying I love Michael Bay movies.
Right.
I love Michael Bay. Bad Boys 2, Bad Boys, love them.
Yeah, I agree with you, man. So,
even Pearl Harbor.
No, that one I don't like. But 13 Hours, that's a good movie.
Yeah.
The Rock is his first film.
That's right. The Rock. He did The Rock.
That's an incredible movie. It's got an incredible cast. Yeah, man. One of Nick Cage's best acting performances. So
horrible actor.
Yeah, I know. But that new movie with him does look good.
Well, I don't think he's acting.
Well, no, he's playing himself in a movie about an actor falling on hard times, which I think it's great that he did it. Obviously, he needed the money, but I just think it's great. He's good enough to know he can laugh at himself and do those kinds of things. So it's very, very cool. So I'm looking forward to that one. All right, so we have there's a story that came out. There was a rumor, I remember when it first dropped, and I'm like, oh, this can't be real. I can't believe it's going to happen. And apparently we have an actor and a director now for it. So here it comes. We are getting a reboot of The Crow. Now, obviously, The Crow is the movie that Brandon Lee was killed filming accidentally, was shot. Similar to the situation we just had with Alec Baldwin. There were thought there were blanks in the gun. They weren't. He got shot. And there have been conspiracy theories that no, it wasn't the case. It was really someone did it on purpose. It was never proven. We don't know. But they are rebooting this film, and Bill Skarsgård, who plays Pennywise in it, obviously, he will be stepping into the Crow, the role of the Crow. Eric Draven is the name of the character. So, Pete, have you seen the original Crow film?
Oh, I love it. It's great. It's really good. So how
do you feel about them rebooting it? Do you think this is something?
It's definitely time, in my opinion, because there have been a lot of horrible Crow movies. Everything that's basically followed the first Crow has been bad. Like, we're talking bad.
Yeah.
So and then remember, like, recently, wasn't Momoa attached to this at some point?
Was he the guy attached?
Wasn't that thing? Wasn't Momoa attached to the Crow?
You might be right about that.
And then he kind of jumped ship for whatever reason too, which is a bummer because you're like, oh, dude, Momoa, yeah.
Clearly, it was the Frosty movie.
Oh, shnikes! You got him. But yeah, I mean, I'm down. I think it's time. I do. I think it's time. It's been, we haven't had a good Crow movie since Brandon the movie, and
yeah,
it's time. I mean,
yeah. So the team
there's a whole bunch of people.
Yeah,
you need to know about the Crow.
So the team surrounding the film is actually sounds very, very good. Mm-hmm. So Rupert Sanders, who's best known for directing Ghost in the Shell, probably he's attached to direct it. But the writer who's writing it is Zach Balan, who wrote King Richard, the movie that just won.
Oh, okay, great.
Yeah. So
that's all positive news for me.
Yeah. So it looks like if they're going to reboot this movie, I'm glad they're putting a good effort for it.
Looks like quality talent there.
Yes. And again, anytime you have the star of a movie like this die in a tragic fashion, I'm always weird about how they're going to, when they do decide to reboot something like this.
It's been a long time.
No, it has. Like, you're right. It's been a very long time.
Remember, they've made sequels, so it doesn't.
I know.
It kind of hasn't
bad sequels
been an issue.
God.
So it hasn't been an issue.
I mean, Eddie Furlong played the Crow in one of them.
Oh, that's right. How many did they make? They made like 5, didn't they?
I think 3?
They're not very good.
4. They made 4 total.
Okay, that was close.
Yeah, so...
Oof, rough. That's rough. I don't think I've seen all 4. Probably seen like the second one, parts of the third.
So yeah, I've only seen the first 2. I haven't seen the last 2. I remember it was a big deal though when the first one came out because he had died, and I think I went on a date to see. I know it's a weird movie to go see a date on, but I think I did. I think I was on a date the first time I saw
The Crow.
The Crow. Yeah,
it's a good movie.
Yeah, I saw it in theaters.
You're an old man.
I remember.
Old man, look at my life.
There we go again. Have to remind me about my age. Great. Okay, so sticking with the theme of It and Bill Skarsgård, we got news that there's a prequel series in the works at HBO Max. The series is called Welcome to Derry, and it'll begin in the 1960s and the time leading up to the events of the first It. So Andy Muschietti is attached to executive produce, along with Barbara and Muschietti, and then Jason Fuchs as well. So, what do you think, Pete?
I'm all in on this. This sounds great.
Right?
You know, the prequel to It would be fascinating to get to see what Pennywise was up to and who he tortured before he got to the... What did they call themselves?
What?
I can't remember that group of kids. They came up with a name. What do they call it? Like the Losers Club or something like that?
Yeah.
Something like that. It was like, so like, yeah. And I love the Muschietti movies. So I'm really interested to see what he does with Flash, obviously. So I'm glad he's a part of this. And just really kind of I want to dig into that world. I wonder if Skarsgård will play Pennywise again.
Right. That's the one thing that we don't know. We know about the production and the people who are going to be...
I hope the Crow doesn't interfere with this.
Yeah, but we don't know exactly who will be playing Pennywise. If it is a prequel, it says leading up to the events, I'm going to assume we'd only get him in spurts anyway.
Yeah, I can't imagine. I mean, I don't know what kind of direction, how far of a prequel are they going? You know, I have no idea. So we'll see. But it sounds interesting. And like we said earlier, like this is kind of like the HBO Warner Brothers thing. Like we're going to take our hit movies and we're going to try to make TV shows out of them. Right.
Like what they're doing with Oswald from Colin Farrell as the Penguin.
So who from Creed is going to get a TV show, right? Isn't Creed, is that a Warner Brothers thing? I can't remember.
Is it?
I'm not sure.
I don't know.
I'm just saying that would be like, I feel like that would be the next.
Well, no, there also has been talk about Dune.
Oh, Nico would love that. He loves
Dune.
That
doing
you
series.
Like that movie, right?
I love Dune. It was great.
Oh, right? Oh, you do? Wow. Jeez. Excuse me. I didn't know. Romeo over here.
That's fantastic.
I loved Dune. I loved it. It was great. I loved it.
It was fantastic. I'm sorry you didn't like it, but it was great.
I'd rather watch Attack of the Clones.
That movie was terrible.
No, dude. Don't you ever listen to Rick Shear talk?
Oh, all the time. What, are you kidding me? Like, we have a choice? I love Rick.
I hope he listens to this episode.
Get better, Rick, too. I know you're dealing with a little bit of a COVID thing right now, so feel better, brother. Definitely want to shout out.
He better be listening to this episode.
Pete, we need to talk about this, though, because this is weird how you tweeted this story out, and it's getting lots of love.
It's the most, like, popular Straight Outta Gotham tweet of all time, which is crazy. Because it was a slow news day, and I was like, "Oh, should I post this? Does anyone really care about this?"
It is getting so much love.
Yeah,
I love that it's getting love.
I appreciate it, but it's also like, out of everything I've done, this It prequel series is the day I was like, so what? Dude, out of all the articles I've retweeted,
196 likes right now,
and all it is a link.
43 retweets and 9 quote tweets.
It's so crazy.
It really is.
Out of all the things that we've retweeted.
Right. You would think it would be something more Batman or DC related.
No, it's
It.
Welcome to Derry. Okay.
But I do want to thank everyone who has liked it and who's following us now because of it.
Appreciate it getting out there.
Yeah, this is cool. But
just funny of all the
yeah,
things.
I'm definitely into more of this. Like you said before, this seems to be what HBO Max is doing. They're creating like these universes around these movie IPs. So I'm down for this.
So what do you think we can get out of Shazam? Do you think we can get like a Darla TV series?
I don't think we're going to get some from Shazam. No, I think those movies are going to stay in big screen. But wasn't there talk about I know they killed the Trench movie, but wasn't there talk about doing it as a show? I thought there was
Maybe.
talk about
I don't know.
Which would be cool. Like that would be cool.
You want to see a Trench show or movie?
Well, I think you could do stories around that part of the ocean that we saw in Aquaman, like that group and that storyline around the Trench. I think you could do something regarding that.
Okay.
I don't know. There's so many ideas you can, with all these IPs that they have now. There's so many ideas that you can build stuff around. Who knows? Maybe the next Justice League will be a show on HBO Max.
Yeah, I mean, I'm down. Or it could be on the CW.
I hope not. I'm sorry. I don't hate the CW. I don't. I did start watching I usually do start watching.
Flash has been great this season. You should give it a shot. Start from Armageddon and enjoy Flash. Flash was really good.
I can't. All the CW hate. I'm gonna have the people who love it on Twitter hate me, like Ryan Hulsman. He loves the CW. If he sees,
I love the CW. It's great.
He's gonna come at.
I don't know why you shouldn't hate the CW. CW is a beautiful network with a lot of.
I think it's great for what it's done for the brand.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Flash, I think it's excellent.
Supergirl, Batwoman, Legends,
Superman and Lois,
Arrow, Superman and Lois, Stargirl, all wonderful stuff.
I agree.
It's
fantastic.
Batwoman, just fantastic stuff.
It's fantastic for what it's done to the brand.
Absolutely incredible. Batwoman, just absolutely fantastic. I'm so happy that it's in existence. Batwoman. If I say it enough times, they'll watch.
You think by osmosis?
Batwoman.
All right. So I want to end the show today.
Now. Over.
No, not now. By I think at least I think we try to be as civil and as nice and as pleasant as we can be on social media, here doing the show. I think we try and be respectful for everyone's opinions. But I feel that a lot of times we're drug into stuff that we really have no business being a part of. And I feel like we get pulled into things by certain people where, and of course I'm talking about on Twitter and social media, where we kind of have to like say something. We can't just let it go anymore, because at some point, you, like you said, you either got to step in it or rise above it, right? That's how I feel. You either got to step into something or rise above it. And Pete, I didn't tell you I was going to talk about this on air, so this is a shock to you right now, and I'm sorry. I'm not trying to, throw you there. But there are certain individuals out there that like to call us things and say some really terrible things about us. And quite frankly, I'm tired of it. Now I'm sick of it. So I feel like we need to address it.
This is interesting. Where's my popcorn here? Like, I don't know what's going on. Like, where's the bourbon?
So
all I have is water.
So whether it's from our affiliation with Batman on Film, which we know has caused, we've been lumped into things because of that, right? We've been lumped into things in the past because of our affiliation there, or topics we may have discussed here, or somehow these things that people don't hear or they don't listen to us, but they get back to them somehow in some crazy way. Who knows how that happens, right? But apparently it does. And then we'll have these nice little tweets about us where we'll tweet something and then they'll screenshot it and put it on their tweet. So we can't come back and defend ourselves because we don't know what's out there. And then you see it and you're like, wait, like, what happened? Like, why, I don't mind people talking about me, that's fine, but at least give me a chance to respond. Like, at least include me in that original retweet or whatever you're doing. Quote tweet me, not a screenshot of me. That's how I feel.
Mm-hmm.
So the people out there, I mean, I could name names. Part of me really wants to name names, but I feel like I'm just adding to their patheticness at that point. And I don't, I don't want to give them that credit. So I've said this before, and I'm going to say it again. If this gets back to those people, you know who you are. Do not talk about me, Pete, any of us in our group. You know my group. You know us. We're very vocal about how friendly we are with each other. Keep our names, like Will Smith said, keep our names out your mouth. That's all I'm saying. I don't want to hear it. And if you're going to say something, come right at us. You know how to get in touch with us? We're all visible on our social media. If that's how you want to do it, come at us. And we can have a discussion. We can have a chat. We can have a talk. If you live close enough, we can meet in person. I have no problem meeting anybody. And let's discuss this. Because apparently what we do really impacts your lives, which to me is kind of pathetic anyway, but it really impacts you in some certain way. So I just wanted to put that out there. I'm sorry, Pete. I didn't tell you about this, but I had to put it out there.
When keeping it real goes, Eric.
Because I am so tired.
I was like, wait, there's people out there who pay attention. Do they follow me on Twitter?
Yes.
Can they follow me on Twitter?
People steal your stuff and don't give you credit for it.
Well, that is very true. And they know who they are.
Right?
They know who they are. And those who know who they are know who I'm talking about.
Yes. So, I mean, if you guys are still listening and you didn't say, oh, Eric's just ranting, we're going to turn off the show now, that's fine. But if you're still listening, just know also that I know Pete and I really appreciate our fans. We got to meet.
We have fans.
We do have fans though. It's crazy, but we do have fans. We got to meet some of you in Texas, which was awesome. It was just great. It's just great. And I love doing this, but the dirty side of it sometimes does get to me. And I'm just speaking on it. I'm not going to do this again. It's the last time. So Pete,
what happens next time? What happens the next time?
Pete, if you have anything to add, you can.
I just want to know what happens next time. Like, what makes you think this is going to stop?
No, I mean, I'm not going to talk about this again. That's what I'm saying. This is it. I'm not talking about it anymore.
All right.
I've done it in print. I'm going to
hold you to that.
I've done it in print before, and now I've done it verbally. And that's it. That's all I had to say about that. So again, to all of our fans, we love you. Thank you again for supporting us. We love doing this. It's a lot of fun for us. And we just want to keep doing it. So for all of you out there who love and appreciate us, we thank you back as well. All right. Rant over. Pete, tell people where they can find you.
You can find me at angryericholzman@gmail.com. You can also find me on social media. That's Twitter, Instagram, and Zack Snyder's favorite platform, Vero, at Pete Illustrated. You can follow podcast number 1, the podcast you're listening to right now, at straight_O_G on both Instagram and Twitter. That's Straight Outta Gotham on Instagram and Twitter. You can follow podcast number 2 that I co-host with the dynamic duo of Chicago of Nicholas and Nico Caruso. That's Italians for Spidey. It's the Italian Spider-Man Coalition podcast. And don't forget podcast number 3, Straight Outta Gamma, the Hulk Book Club. That is a Hulk podcast that I co-host with my good buddy Ryan Lauer. We're going to dive deep into the Hulk, and we're just going to have fun with a character that we know a decent bit amount, not crazy, not a crazy amount of information. So we're going to kind of learn on the way as well. So we're going to have fun with that over at Straight Outta Gamma, the Hulk Book Club. You'll find that on this RSS feed right here on the Straight Outta Gotham feed. So that'll be me and Ryan Lauer. So that's 3 podcasts for you guys to listen to. You could also find my reviews on BatmanOnFilm.com for Detective Comics, for Batwoman, for a bunch of other things. You can check out Batman on Film YouTube for my interviews with Mr. Uslan and Tara Strong and Kevin Conroy and all that jazz. And I have toy reviews up there. Lots of good stuff. Check out at Team Yellow Oval because the Flash movies are going to have Keaton in the Yellow Oval, and it's back in print. We're all having fun. We're dancing like it's Prince in 1989. And, now I'm going to pass you on to the great champion of Long Island, my inspiration,
wow,
and a peaceful man. No vengeance here. Here's Eric Holzman.
Thank you, Pete, and I'm looking forward to the Straight Outta Gamma. I wanna.
Me and Ryan are so excited to do this together. It's going to be really interesting. It's going to be fun. It's going to be new. We're going to have a blast.
I can't wait. I can't wait to
Thank you
to hear that.
Straight Outta Gamma, the Hulk Book Club.
Yes, I know. Awesome stuff. All right, guys, you can find me on Twitter at Finally33, spell Finale33, same as on Instagram. You can find my reviews for Titans and interviews with various celebrities from certain DC properties. I have Jerry O'Connell and Rebecca Romaine and Megan Tandy and Rachel Skarzen from Pete's favorite Batwoman. You can find all that stuff up on Batman on Film. I have a couple op-eds I've written in the past. A lot of good stuff, content up there for me. Look out for All Nicked Up. It is coming. We're going to do a couple episodes, and then I'm going to release them all in one little block. So All Nicked Up is coming, of course. We'll be talking about the plight of the New York Knicks, because that's what it is to be a Knicks fan. And we're going to have a lot of fun doing that. I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, jeez.
And I'm looking forward to getting it out there so everyone can kind of comment on that. Guys, Pete and I want ideas for any live streams that you want to see us do.
Oh, how about let's get Eric's ass into a comic book store to buy some comics? How about that?
That's a live
That'd
stream?
Be great. Yeah, it's called Watch Eric Buy Comic Books.
Oh, anyway, if you guys have any ideas and stuff you want us to talk about on SOG tonight or on the Iceberg Lounge.
Why doesn't Eric buy comic books?
Jesus. We have to...
It's like this is going to go on for a week.
We have to, we like planning. We want to get more people involved. So if you guys have ideas, we definitely would love to hear your thoughts. Also,
Star Wars review shows.
That I definitely want to do. But also, if any of you out there are interested in starting your own podcast and you don't know how to do it, hit me up. Hit me up on Twitter. I will help you out, get you going.
Professor Holzman.
Start you on your podcast journey, because it can be overwhelming at first. But once you get into a groove, it's not that difficult to do. So I think that's everything I want to get out there.
Eric Holzman School of Technology proudly presents Podcasting 101.
What? I'm just trying to help people, man. God. Anyway.
The EHST.
Jesus. Look at you. All right. P, is there anything else you want to tell the people outside?
I want Justin to make us a t-shirt with like a logo that looks like a high school team, the Eric Holzman School of Technology.
Are you done mocking me so we can sign off?
I'm mocking you. No. I want Justin to make t-shirts.
All right, I'm just going to end the show because it just has to end. It's 1:45 in the morning, and we are slap happy right now.
We did this for the fans.
We did it for the fans, yes. All right.
Ding bong.
Oh, Jesus. I think Pete's drunk, guys.
I wish.
I think he is. All right. So for Peter Vera, I am Eric Holzman. You are listening to Straight Outta Gotham, and we will see you next time.
Booyah.